Welcome to I Don't Know, We Can Talk About It, where we discuss myriads of topics civilly, reasonably, and responsibly. My name is Kevin Dufresne. The first topic we're going to jump into concerns being a teacher, the profession, how teachers of different experience, year-wise or depth-wise even, feel in the profession. Morally, how is teacher morale after a particular period of time across different grades? I like the article bringing about the moral perspective because I think with any profession, one has to adhere to what is of the profession. What value might one expect from being in the profession? What is one not only trying to get out of the profession, but bring to the profession? Considering the teaching profession is not just for one person, like most employment, people work together. Of course, being a teacher is inclusive of managing potentials, which is huge. Think of how a manager actually has to manage employees that have families to think about, perhaps, or bills to think about. Children are of different maturities. I don't know of children carrying the same responsibilities as an adult might have to, like going to work. In most countries that are abreast of child labor and have protections for youth. Considering maturity levels, I think logotherapy, one being aware of one's purposes in life, can help one navigate any profession. Whether that be working as a cleaning person or as the CEO of a company. I think understanding oneself personally, engaging with the profession, can really help one navigate how one will progress not only through the profession, though in one's life. The teaching profession, being a teacher, involves helping individuals self-culture, ensuring individuals become more mindful, learn to learn better, improve as humans, well-rounding individuals into not only a next stage of life that is not easy for any to determine what one's next stage of life will be, though what one is becoming as a full human being. What will one become as an adult? Responsibility of the sort is of the classroom, is of the teaching profession. One must be aware that youth are in the picture. If one is not a people person, then entering such a profession might help one to engage with what one might really be best at doing, what one wants to really be doing. Because being in the teaching profession means one must be aware of the reality that people, relations, interdependent realities are at the core of the profession. There are so many professions in the world. So if any decides to be a teacher, one needs to be aware of the social relations, which involves near all aspects of the human spectrums coming together from varying perspectives. Especially considering one is responsible for many individuals to a degree. I don't want to take responsibility away from the home or any other space in which one progresses, in which one grows. Concerning the teaching profession, such parameters are necessary to be aware of. And I hope any seeking to be in a teaching profession, in any profession that involves relating with people, building good human relations, helping individuals progress, is aware ahead of time of such parameters before getting into the actual parameters. That any individual seeking to be in such a profession may seek to meet different kinds of people and be ready to engage in varying levels with different kinds of people. Realistically, between 8 to 12 hours a day at standard minimum. One must know oneself before entering any profession. If one has the opportunity to be aware before entering any profession, that will help one be more sound with oneself moving into a profession, moving into one's choice life. I think another reality is how one's life might change, how one might change one's life. One might love being a teacher, might be an amazing teacher, might never feel any descent in morale, might always feel an ascent in morale, or just be at a good homeostatic base, a good equilibrium morale-wise for teaching. Though finds oneself engaging with another route in one's life, where one is just as happy, happier, just as successful, more successful, and is following through with one's purpose. I think another reality is, for any that might be feeling morale shifts as a teacher, consider the big picture of the teaching profession. That one is really in a position to help individuals learn to better culture, better help themselves in the long run of life. I think that's awesome. I think everyone's approach will be different. Of course, every day will be different. Every day may bring a new progression to whatever one is in. And I think that's just a part of the beauty of life being so varying, so wonderfully mysterious. Especially considering one has a lot of control over one's life and can help individuals learn to better have control over their lives in the long run, regardless of circumstance. Our next topic is about distractions in the classroom. What can students do to refocus? What can an educator do in an educational environment to help students, individuals with refocusing? I think cell phones, Chromebooks, any form of technology, let it be a Tamagotchi pet, can be a distraction. Just as much as a pencil and a paper can be a distraction, bringing one to drawing class. I think even having one's hands on the tables can become a distraction. What any individual is engaging with is with one's mind, one's imagination. Thank God if the individuals have imaginations. The reality of engaging in a classroom does not only depend on the topic, though it depends on the parameters of the topic. In a classroom setting, a teacher has an opportunity, more than one opportunity, to engage learning in a way that is fun, that is memorable, that is lasting. Just as when any individual, any student goes home to perhaps play video games online or watch TV, whatever it might be, within that space, the individual will develop, will grow with whatever medium is there because of the parameters of the medium. I think the entertainment value of a classroom, the potential of an entertainment value of a classroom is extremely high. Near anything wonderful can happen in a classroom, especially considering safety parameters are set within a classroom. So an educational environment is a wonderful space for individuals to express how learning can be enjoyable. Just like when an individual might be in front of a video game or a console or any entertaining medium in another space and feel how to express the enjoyment coming from whatever the medium is. What makes a classroom special, what makes an educational environment special is that individuals are in these environments in a long-term sense. And as individuals grow, more opportunities will be present for individuals to engage with, to grow. Engaging creatively in a classroom may translate differently in high school, where more opportunities are available that are in more alignment with how one enjoys expression. Thus, an enjoyment of learning as well as an enjoyment of another skill set is happening. Teachers, I understand, have a title as teacher. Though a teacher is taking on huge responsibilities, the equivalent of C-level executives at big companies, managing potentials, managing responsibilities of potentials, measuring responsibilities, measuring outputs, measuring results. Being a teacher is not just having a curriculum and teaching the class and giving out assignments. Teaching is definitely a great growth job. Don't undervalue, don't undermine what needs a lot more to define, especially in relation to a profession like teaching. What I find beautiful is individuals observing will be learning from the teacher. The teacher is a facilitator. And I think a teacher can do a great job with so many potential avenues to help individuals become more aware of how the big picture works in relation to what students are working with as of now. Remember, students don't always know everything, just like a teacher might not know everything. Such honesty helps progress through research. And I think such honesty proves well for creating more avenues of enjoyment through learning, especially within an educational atmosphere. All right, next we're moving on to some yoga with paper, which is basically origami. So first, I have the rectangular sheet, so I'm gonna just fold it here, the edge, the top edge, the short edge to the long edge, fold the short edge down. Now I'm gonna have this rectangle flap. I'm just gonna rip it after creating an edge. Today, we're going to make something that I've yet to make in a while, the origami heart. So we just have this simple fold here, we fold down here, doesn't have to go all the way. Then we take the other part and we fold up to the top. So we take one part down just to the center line, and then the other part up all the way to the other edge. Next, we're going to fold up from the edge that is going all the way to the other edge, that point. We're going to fold right there from beneath, and we're just going to create a nice pattern. And this pattern was our heart. So here we go. We take this pattern, we fold in the edges next. And voila, you have a heart. So it's very simple and very nice. And you know, it's a good way to show some love. Here you go. A heart. You can hang it up, decorate it. And it's just one of many hearts. You can slide something in here, you know, a little note. Our next topic, reading a physical book has so many benefits. In relation to spatial development, and we're going to talk about a book right now, Not in Your Genes. A book about how relations in one's progress into adulthood, into being, into becoming whatever one wants to become, or whatever one receives culturing to become, is of a generational understanding, intergenerationally. If one is familiar with epigenetics, psychoneuroimmunology, one is aware how genetics are under the effect of behaviors. The building of how one wants one's family, how one wants oneself, starts from the mind, with one's behaviors. How one is able to self-culture oneself, to self-develop oneself, is within one's grasp, is within one's thinking, is within one's choice being. The text works with qualitative and quantitative research to indicate how one can navigate building oneself, building what one wants from one's life, as well as how to engage with healing appropriately, assessing how other experiences are of how one responds to the experiences, so one can live one's choice life. I enjoy the text. If you look at the review on peaches.com/forum, you can observe additional texts I recommend that I think help one understand other concepts of the text. Thank you for joining another episode of I Don't Know, We Can Talk About It. Onward and Upward. Kevin